What up, y'all? It's Decode Dating. I'm back with another video. Y'all can tell by the title, I don't want y'all to be fooled. So this is Don't Be Fooled dating advice. Right. So I've been dating for a while now, right? Just recently got out of a relationship. Yes, I had to throw that in there. Um, and what I've noticed a lot of guys get fooled about dating. You know, there's a lot of other guys out here who say, "Yo, watch out for this and watch out for that." But I want to give y'all key details to certain things to not be fooled by, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, we all been fooled in dating. You have girls say, "Oh, I love you and only you, and I'm only talking to you." That's we all heard that before. And then you also have good women still out there, but a lot of people lie and say, ain't no good women left, and they're all the same. That's all false, right? So, things men should be aware of about dating, right? Don't be fooled by social media. Social media is a place where people post their best self. Most people don't post failures on social media because let's be real, you don't want to be laughed at, you don't want to be embarrassed, and you want people to see you in a certain image and a certain light, right? So I'm different. On my other Instagram, with my fight, I don't fight no more now. I'm retired. Um, I'm a retired amateur fighter, but I post my losses before, and I critiqued my losses. Had a YouTube video out of my fight, and I took the video and I broke it down, and I posted it on my Instagram because I let people know, like, hey, the fight game is very humbling. Like, you win some and you lose some. Just like in dating, you might catch a good woman and you might lose a good woman. You might have a bad woman. It's a good thing if you lose the bad woman, right? So I categorize this things you should pay attention to, and don't be fooled by this, right? So I'll start with paying attention. This is very important. Men, pay attention to this, right? Pay attention to her interest in you, right? Her interest in you, her interest for you really doesn't matter. I've been on so many different dates, right? And the key thing to notice from women is their interest for you, whether you're talking on a dating app or in person. So, for instance, on a dating app, you already know guys don't really get enough play. So they're going to acquiesce to a lot of things what women tell them to do. Oh, well, I want to go here and you got to send me an Uber or you got to pick me up or I want flowers. And they will run game on you if you let them, right? So I tell men all the time is don't go for women that you like, go for women that like you. And I'm not saying by attraction, of course you're gonna go for women you're attracted to, but you can find an attractive woman that you're attracted to and she has interest in you. She's not going to make you play the long game. She's not going to make it difficult, and she's not going to make you second guess. It's literally like, hey, I like you, and whatever you want to do, I'm with it, right? So you got to make sure you find women that are like that. I found women that are like that who like me and like the way I look, and I like them back. And it's easy. It's free flowing. You don't got to do too much because if you get on a dating app and you're trying to please a woman and say you match with her, she's attracted to you physically, but it's a difference between being attracted to somebody and actually liking somebody. And you'll match with them and you'll try to set up a date, and she'll be like, well, I don't want to go there. Or, well, I like men who give me flowers on the first date. Or you got to pick me up or send an Uber. Like, no. If you're paying, you're the one who's telling and dictating the terms of where y'all go. Now, like I said before in one of my other videos, is y'all can use this. So interest as far as saying, well, are you allergic to anything? That puts in her mind like, okay, this man cares. But if she's not reciprocating the same type of interest, like you have to double text, which I don't advise, or you have to call all the time. No, leave that, leave her alone. She's not that interested. And I'm not saying she has other dudes on the side. It's a possibility. You're not going to really know because you're not going through her phone. But she could literally just be like not interested in really dating, you know? So pay attention to that, man. The next thing, the way she carries herself. So that's a big indicator for a future wife or a future girl if you're dating, casually or whatever, that you want to pay attention to. Like I said before, the main things you want to look for in a woman is femininity, integrity, um, reciprocity, and modesty. Spells firm. But if she doesn't carry herself in those frameworks, cut your losses. Leave. Fun time, not a long time. Like I said, there's different categories like keepers, sweepers, and sleepers. Um, Women like who dress modesty and feminine, you want to keep those women around. You want those for a long term relationship. Women who are outside, listen to Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, Bow Bow, fuck my baby daddy, all that shit. Why? Those is fun time, not a long time. Sometimes you don't even want to touch those type of women because they're just disgusting. I had my fair share of women like that. The ratchetness. It seems fun, but after it just gets boring. It's just like no substance in those type of women. And I know men are new. Some men are new in the dating game and haven't got played in a long time. So of course you're gonna entertain that because it's like you just want to bust a nut, which I understand. But be careful with those type of women because you'll skew your perception of, oh, all women are like this, and they're not. So pay attention to the way she carries herself. Very important, especially on social media now. You have women portraying a certain image. And it sucks because they'll think, oh, well, my Instagram is not my real life. It's like, okay, well, if I go outside and fucking in a cop uniform and you run to me and say, help, police officer, and I'll say, well, I'm not a cop. They're gonna like, what? You're wearing a cop's uniform. Basically, like that. You're wearing a hoe's uniform. You're a hoe to me. Simple. Okay. Next to pay attention to her friends. She might have hoes and she might have haters, or they can be both. So pay attention to her friend group, especially if you already been going on dates with her and you guys mesh really well. Her friends can dictate how she is because a lot of women have hive minds. They're not independent thinkers. They don't usually think for themselves. They think in a group. They have the egalitarian mindset where they're like, oh, well, everybody's equal and you get a trophy and you get, nah, we don't, I don't like doing that. As a man, you should be an independent thinker of yourself, right? So her friends group can dictate how she is, right? Don't really say anything, just observe, especially if you plan on taking her serious or a long term relationship or even marriage. You want to pay attention to her friends group. Um, and I'm talking about her female friends. There's exceptions to the rule where she has a male friend or whatever that you have to be very careful with. But her female friends can really show you, well, is she a hoe? Because, well, this friend is doing that and this friend is doing that. uh, if their friends are in a relationship, watch how they talk about their man if they're together. Always be open minded to not be too judgmental because then that's how you get more information. If right off the bat you're judgmental, you start saying, "Well, I don't like hoes and stuff like that," you're gonna scare her away. This is good vetting advice for men to pay attention to. Don't make her feel afraid to come talk to you about certain things because she might end up spilling the beans and talking about her past. Then when you get that information, the ball is in your court. You decide what you want to do. You're like, oh well, she told me she got a train ran on her in college in the dorm room. Well, if you don't want to be with a woman like that, I suggest you cut your losses, walk away. Um, so her friends can dictate a lot. Um, I've been around, for instance, right? I had a homegirl back in the day, grew up with us on the block and everything like that. And I remember one time we was in a car and her and her friend were talking. They was like, oh, well, if I really like a guy, I'm going to make him wait for sex. But if I really don't like him that much, I'm just going to give it up to him quickly. And when you hear that from woman, you're like, that logically doesn't make any fucking sense because if you really like the guy, why would you make him wait? Because they understand their main commodity is their coochie and their sexuality. So if they give that up too early, the guy they really like is not going to really want them. You know what I'm saying? So now they're thinking like, oh, basically. They talk to other guys. Most guys they're not going to like because it's a women have a long checklist. So they're just going to be running through men. So if you're around a woman and her friends and you hear them talk like this, keep in mind that. And sometimes, say if you scouted out all her friends and they're decent to be around, but you'll have that one friend that's a low key hater. They'll put a bug in her hair and be like, oh well, your man doesn't buy you flowers all the time. well, I couldn't be with a man like that. Or your man don't open the door for you all the time. Like, little shit like that, where it's like she's slowly but surely trying to put stuff in your girl's head to make her look at you different. And then after that, you'll start judging, like, oh, well, I can do better, because she's low key hating. Sometimes she'll be in a relationship, she'll be like, oh, well, my man does this for me, and your man don't do that. Trying to compare your relationship to her relationship to make it a competition thing, because low key she wants you to be single, right? So those are things for men to pay attention to, especially today's day and age. And now I want to talk about do not be fooled, right? So these are the things to not be fooled by. And stuff that I'm speaking on is anecdotal evidence, stuff that I experienced, stuff that men talk to me about, stuff that I've seen, stuff that I've heard. So take into account that stuff like this does happen, right? So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by her pictures. So, like I said before, we live in a social media era. Everything is online, internet for everybody to see, right? Me, I'm a big person on realness. I love natural women. I gave my reasons why. I understand why women get their body done to push the clock back, mommy makeover, understandable. But me, I like realness, right? A lot of women will get on social media in Photoshop. And now you can Photoshop videos. So don't only think like, oh, well, the picture's Photoshop. Oh, she posted this video. That's really her body. No, I've seen a bunch of Photoshop video, AI videos. Everything is being enhanced because deep down women want to show their body, their face, and they want to look their best, right? So they're going to lie. They're going to give you false advertisement. That's the best way to put it. So what you really want to do, say you match on a dating app, because in person is the best. You see her in person, no AI, no Photoshop. This is really you. This is what I'm getting. Now, like I said before, social media era, you might be a busy dude. You're on different dating apps or even Instagram, and you like a girl, you slide in her DMs, whatever, y'all start talking. Get the number, and if say she doesn't want to give the number, she's already playing hard to get. Say you get the Instagram. I don't recommend that, but if you do, cool. You can still judge her from that. I say get the Instagram later on, but say you do a video chat, FaceTime, Instagram call, doesn't matter, right? You want to see her body. So some of my ways that I finesse women to show me their body is I'm a personal trainer. So I'll say, yo, I work out and stuff like that. And I kind of want to get back in shape if I'm slacking, or I show one of my fight videos because I did MMA. And I'm opening the door to make her feel comfortable to be like, hey, I can show him my body, right? I'm not saying nudes or for all y'all horny niggas out there. You don't want to, jump too far and quickly into that. So you'll be like, oh, this was me last year and this is me right now. You'll show her before and after. Now she's more comfortable. This is before you get on a FaceTime call, right? And she might be like, oh, well, this is me last year. And she'll probably show you her on the beach in her bikini or a sports bra. Now you want to actually start seeing her body type, what you're attracted to. Because, like I said before, women can lie. Men can do it too, but I think more often than not, women do it more, right? So she'll have like a picture or a video of herself, and she'll send it to you directly, right? Now, can she still Photoshop and edit that? Of course. But now you just bridge the gap where it's like, okay, now I'm comfortable showing him this side of me. Now this is when you get on the phone and FaceTime and try to say, well, that was a picture, and I don't know if that was an old picture. You throw a little joke in there. I'm like, how I know that's not you from 10 years ago? Boom. Now she'll FaceTime you. She'll set up the camera, and you'll be like, "Oh, stand back. Let me see how your body type is." Oh, okay. You really athletic. Boom. Now you judge it from there. Now, the only reason why you want to do that is because you don't want to waste your time too much as a man. I know that's a long process, but that saves you from paying for a date. Now, you want to do this one in the first 2 to 3 days. Because say if you want to take her out on the weekend, you just meet her with at the end of the week, you want to take her out. Now you can judge it from there. Now, if she's, has a fupa, a booty do, her stomach stick out more than her booty do, you You analyze the situation, you did your diagnosis, and you don't have to go on this date now because she's not fitting in that criteria of the body type that you like. Your preference is not being preferred. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on a date, and that happened to me, where it's like, oh, her pictures look valid, and that was her like 3 months ago. I'm like, all right, she's good. Shorty getting a lot of weight. Certain clothes that they wear, they try to conceal it. They wear loose clothing. They had the baby weight. It's just, I wasted my time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it is what it is. I like natural. So that's just me. Keep that in mind. Don't be fooled by that. Another way of not being fooled is there are still good women out there. Some men are just hurt. So social media, many different platforms will portray certain things. You'll have, misandrous, those women who hate men. You'll have the feminists. And you just have a lot of women out there spewing hate towards men. I don't get on my platform to spew hate towards women. I just call out bullshit. And the truth hurts. I go off pattern recognition. This is how stereotype exists. And a lot of people will get mad at me about that, but I don't give a fuck. Um, Black women are the least desirable in the dating market, and just plain facts. But there's reasons for that, right? So, but there also are good women, and there's good black women. I don't like being in a race into this all the time, but it just happens. I've been dating nothing but black women and Latinos. So there are still good women out there. Don't be fooled by men who say, "Oh, all women are the same and uh, they're all cheating." They're all capable of cheating, but not all of them cheat. You know what I'm saying? It's just not all women's character. Um, yeah, pay attention to that. Don't be fooled by that because they're all still good women. Don't lose hope. That's what I'm saying. You do the vetting process. There are still virgins out there. I'm not saying super, super young, but 21 or older, there are still virgins out there. Women don't, most women are not sluts. So don't listen to that rhetoric where men say, oh, all women are hoes. No, the women you've been around, yeah, but not all women. That's hasty generalization. You're trying to compile every woman into a box and saying all women are the same. They're not. I would say most women think like women, and most women are loyal to their emotions. But notice I said most, not all. You know what I'm saying? So don't be fooled. There are still good women out there, right? Last but not least, they are broke and broken, right? So what I mean by that is don't be fooled by social media. You'll see women posting lifestyle, um, expensive trips, exotic cars, just getting a new apartment or buying a new house. Most people, I can say this for men and women, are broke on social media. Most. Because they don't take into account, and women don't really understand, because some women think, oh, most men should be making 100K. That's about 15% of the population. And then they don't take into account that's men and women. And then if you narrow that down, that some men can be gay and like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like most people on social media are broke and broken. Broken as far as they're not healed. They're getting on here trying to seek validation. Like I get on my platform to sometimes I'll crack jokes, like so I'll do the scenario time, or I'll post a certain woman who I think looks good, or I'll just talk about break down certain videos and give my POV on it. But I'm not gonna get on here and try to flex like I'm somebody and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the corniest things social media has, where it's like people can honestly just fake a lot of stuff. And people could rent a car, people could rent a mansion, people could rent jewelry, people could get prop money, and women can get on here and say, "Oh, well, I make this much from OnlyFans." Most women don't make that much, even if they're on OnlyFans. It's only like the top 5% or top 1% of women doing that. You know, all other women just make maybe $200 a month, or maybe even less than that. So don't be fooled by that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give men advice on all of this stuff. I know I said a lot and I broke down different categories so y'all understand. Um, I just want to give this information to you guys. Me making Decode Dating, I know I blew up more on Instagram. Right now, you can see my social media following on Instagram. I used to be on TikTok. I used to post on there, maybe have 800 followers. But TikTok is very soft, and I don't like that. I think I have two strikes. One more, I'm out. So I don't want to build that platform up. Can't get monetized. A whole bunch of other stuff. Doesn't really matter. That's besides the point. What I want to say is, me making my Decode Dating page. I didn't get on there to pander to anybody, men or women. I don't think it would make any sense because that's not my character. I'm a truth seeker. I seek the truth about intersectional dynamics and how everything works, the human mind. I dive a little bit into psychology, although I'm not a psychologist. I dive into some neuroscience, even though I'm not a neuroscientist. But I just love the truth. I'm saying all that to say this is make sure you pay attention and don't get fooled by certain things. If I used to be blindsided by a lot because it's like I was lied to my whole life. Oh, women are sugar and spice and everything nice. Yes, like I said before, you have to be a good woman, but there's a dark side to it. You know, um, I used to think, well, you know, people have good intentions in the dating market, uh, and I used to have different thoughts, right? Um, I lost a lot of women speaking on the way I speak on Decode Dating. I wouldn't say I lost them because I don't have anything worth losing. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I don't really care. That's my main thing now. I'm looking for substance. This is why I speak on certain things. I think my YouTube is more personal because Decode Dating is like quick little videos, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes at most. This is long form content. This is what I like making, honestly. And my message mainly is to reach out to people, men and women, to try to live better so you can have better relationships, I like to give nuance to things, right? It's not only black and white, there's a little gray area. So my main message is these things, take it into consideration while dating, you know? Uh this could also help women. I don't only like speaking for men and just making it male centered, even though I'm a man. If any woman following my YouTube or social media, I do tell men to, be better. It just so happens that when I speak on men, most men understand because society makes them. If we're not making something of ourselves or we're doing something stupid, we get laughed at. We don't get women. On the other hand, women, like I said before, they have, the hive mind, egalitarian mindset. Everybody's equal. You call a woman out. Oh, you hate your mom. You hate all women. You're a misogynist. A whole bunch of bullshit. So don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. Um, yeah, I got to stay more consistent with making YouTube. I'm not going to make excuses and say I'm busy because it only takes about 20, 30 minutes. It's the editing that I don't want to do, like me editing this video right now. So let me not extend the video any longer. This is my video. Don't be fooled. Take into account, men, women, pay attention to this stuff. You could literally flip it vice versa because this is unisex information. You can pay attention to this for men and women and don't be fooled by for men and women. The only reason why I'm making it for men mainly is because men struggle the most in dating when it comes to women because it's not easy to get y'all. So, yeah. So, until next time,